Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, I want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. A reminder that you can order Great Detectives of Old Time Radio t-shirt or pullover hoodie for yourself or for a loved one. To make great presents, go over to t-shirt.greatdetectives.net to place your order. Now, I will note on today's episode that we are missing a little bit of the start. We don't hear the phone ring or Johnny's greeting, but we're not missing any essential plot elements. But the start is going to be a bit abrupt, just letting you know. So here, from August 24th, 1958, is the Noxious Needle Matter.
I wish you to investigate the death of one of our clients.
All right.
Have you ever heard of J. Lamont Schofield?
The old theatrical producer?
Yes.
Sure.
World famous for the beautiful girls he employed in his reviews on Broadway.
Well, do I remember. Now, what about him?
Well, if you've seen the papers, you know that he died yesterday.
No, I didn't know.
As natural causes. The medical report stated.
But you think otherwise?
I do.
Why, sir?
Because of the beneficiary named in his $750,000 insurance policy.
$750,000?
Yes. So I think you'd better come over here and see me.
Yeah, Mr. Westbury. I think I'd better.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense accounts headed by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Noxious Needle Matter. Expense account item 1, 85 cents for a taxi to the office of Worldwide. When I got there, I had to go through a receptionist and 2 secretaries to get into Mr. Waldo R. Westbury's private office.
Please sit down, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks. Well?
Now, here's the policy I mentioned. Providing $750,000 insurance on the life of the late J. Lamont Schofield.
That's a lot of money, Mr. Westbury. Incidentally, was he married?
Schofield? Surrounded by beautiful women all his professional life? No.
Then who was his beneficiary?
This policy has been in effect only 13 years, but... Look here. Look at these riders. Changing the beneficiaries.
Goldie LaFern. Sounds like a burlesque queen.
She was. After his money, of course.
Toodles Tempest. Wow.
Horrid name.
Baby Boodles Baker.
That's worse.
Bubbles Jones. Holy smoke. Pepper Caprice Carstairs. Cupcake DeLon. And... Hey, what's this doing here? Mary T. Smith.
She is the present beneficiary.
Well, that's quite a come down from all those babes.
Mr. Dollar, the initial T stands for torso. The stage designation she used.
Oh, and you think she bumped him off to collect the insurance?
Bumped him? Oh, yes, I do.
But if a medical report says the old man died of natural causes...
At the time of his death, Mary T. Smith, was his private nurse, responsible for his care, the medication he received, and so forth.
Ah, I see.
I'm glad you do. Because if you can prove she murdered him...
In spite of the doctor's report?
Yes. You can save our company a great deal of money. I don't often say this, Mr. Dollar, but in view of the amount involved, there'll be no questioning any necessary items on your expense account, no matter how high.
Necessary items?
Well, surely you wouldn't think of listing any unnecessary expenditure.
Dream on, Mr. Waterbury.
Hmm? Well, what?
Nothing. You say that Schofield died yesterday?
Yes, today afternoon.
Where?
At his home in Cranford, New Jersey.
Do you know who his doctor was?
Yes, Dr. Leonard Foote.
Good. Now, I wonder where this nurse is. Anybody keeping an eye on her?
Yes, you'll find her there at Schofield's home. Obviously, she's a very smart woman.
You mean smart enough not to run?
Well, I'd put it the other way, Mr. Dollar. Smart enough to have made him name her in his policy and to stay around to collect.
Do you know anything about her?
Only that she was a showgirl before making this pretense of being a nurse.
Yeah, but if a doctor was willing to have her take care of him, do you know anything about him?
Frankly, no.
Then I have a sneaking suspicion I'd better pay him a visit. Item 2, $4.15 for another taxi, then a train down to New York. At Grand Central, I ran up item 3, $50 deposit on a drive-your-own-car. Item 4, 50 cents to get through the tunnel to Jersey. From the city of Elizabeth, I headed west on Route 28 to the pretty little town of Cranford. Then directly to the combination home and office of Dr. Leonard Foote, where I cooled my heels for a half hour in the reception room.
Bye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Jimmy. Come in, please, Mr. Dollar. I'm sorry to have had to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's quite all right, Doctor.
But if little Jimmy Sayer doesn't stop eating green apples, he's going to have worse than a tummy ache. Your company called that you'd be here because of the death of J. Lamont Schofield. Sit down.
I'll be very honest with you, Doctor. His insurance company thinks your opinion of death from natural causes might be wrong.
My tentative opinion, Mr. Dollar. Lamont Schofield suffered from, well, rather than bore you with a lot of medical terminology, let's say he had a heart condition, one that required that he take it easy and, of course, medication.
What kind of medication?
Digitalis, for the most part, to limit the frequency of his heart contractions. More recently, he's been receiving intravenous injections of Cedilanid.
His nurse gave him the injections?
Yes, under my orders.
I understand she's an old burlesque queen.
Some years ago, he starred Mary in one of his Broadway productions. It was a flop.
But shouldn't he have had a regular, licensed, registered nurse?
She was a registered nurse, Mr. Dollar.
Is she still a good looker?
Over the years, Lamont kept himself pretty well surrounded by, well, some of them were very pretty girls.
But not this Mary Smith.
No doubt they were all after his money.
Including Mary.
Well, Mr. Dollar, I told you my tentative opinion was death due to natural causes.
So the papers reported. But now let's face it, Doctor. If she hastened his demise by, say, an overdose of one of those injections...
I learned.
And while acting under your orders by using something that you put into her hands...
Now, just a minute,
it could look pretty bad for you, too, couldn't it?
Are you trying to
I'm just stating facts.
Imply that I might have conspired with that girl to bring about the death of one of my...
Such a thing is always a possibility now, isn't it? Well?
Are such tactics usually part of an investigation like this?
Why not? If you were guilty, if I could get you riled up, catch you off your guard.
I see. I don't like you, Dollar. I shall expect your apology.
We'll see.
As I started to say before you interrupted me, I learned just this morning from Monty's attorney that Mary Smith is the heir to Lamont's estate and the beneficiary to his insurance policy.
You didn't know this before?
I did not.
Nonetheless.
As a result, I have ordered his body held at the coroner's office.
Oh?
Yes, so that a complete autopsy can be made.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, Doctor.
Would you like a towel, Mr. Dollar?
Towel?
To wipe the egg off your face?
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Sometimes we may wonder why a football team doesn't quit playing and walk off the field when it finds itself 50 points behind with only a few minutes of play to go. What is that indomitable spirit that fills men with hope and keeps them going in spite of terrific odds? Keeps them going just to play the game according to the rules, just to get the job done as well as they know how. This kind of spirit pervaded the feelings of heavy bomber crews of the 9th Air Force on that day of glory, August 1st, 1943, The day of one of the most secretly planned surprise bombing missions of World War II. The day of the low-level attack on the Romanian oil refineries at Ploiești. More than 170 B-24 heavily loaded bombers took off in a swirl of red dust from Benghazi, Libya, to bomb a highly defended priority target. The element of surprise in the low-level attack was to be one of their greatest weapons. But things went wrong from the start. 3 planes exploded during takeoff operations. 11 more aborted due to engine trouble. Of those that reached the target area, less than 1/3 returned to home base. The leaders of the mission encountered navigation difficulties and difficulty in identifying the specific targets. And due to the loss of that elemental hope, surprise, they also encountered devastating enemy firepower from flak and fighters. The mission was partially successful, but a horrifying experience. 5 medals of honor were awarded to the heroes of the Ploiești raid for valorous action above and beyond the call of duty. At any time, the men would have been justified in turning back, but they had a code of conduct that made them want to see the unequal game through to the end. It was a job that had to be done. A charge of the Light Brigade in the air as they flew down the valley of death to glory.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Noxious Needle Matter.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, as soon as I learned that this ex-showgirl was to be Lamont Schofield's sole heir, well, I realized the same possibility that I'm sure you must be considering.
That she may have helped him over the hill.
Precisely.
I know, all things being equal, Doc, do you feel that he should have lived on a while?
Where a bad heart is concerned, one can never be certain, of course. But knowing his desire to live, his willingness to adhere to my instructions and take care of himself, plus the medication I provided.
Medication given by this Mary Smith?
Yes. I would have wagered he could live on for 10 or 15 years.
When do we know the results of the autopsy?
A toxicologist by the name of Stanley has been called in at my request. It may take several days.
I see. Meantime, then, I'm going to see this Mary Smith.
Incidentally, the police found no sign of any poison, of anything that might have been used to cause Lamont's death.
You mean the police have been in on this?
Yes, they've been very thorough.
Then why the autopsy and the toxicologist?
Because the least detectable means would have been an overdose of medication.
I see. Now, Doctor...
I've really told you all I can, Mr. Dollar. Why don't you go along and see Mary Smith?
Yeah, well, I intend to, but now tell me...
Call me if you need me after you've talked with her. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
When that autopsy report comes through...
I'll let you know. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
And that was all I could get out of him. The home of the late J. Lamont Schofield turned out to be a small place on 3rd Street, nestled in among some fine old oak trees that gave it a quiet sort of isolation. A far cry from the bright lights of Broadway. Apparently, he had taken his doctor's advice. I wondered about the ex-Burley Queen turned nurse who'd managed to save enough of her looks and figure to charm him into leaving her his all. Matter of fact, I've often wondered how a lot of those old war horses...
Yes?
Oh, how do you do? That is, I'm looking for a Miss Mary Smith.
I'm Mary Smith.
Old warhorse. Believe me, I'd guess wrong. Because when it comes to describing Mary Smith, well, there's only one word that does justice to her. Wow. She was in her mid-20s, tall, blonde, and beautiful. Yeah, she looked as though she'd just stepped out of Charles of the Ritz. And I say it again. Wow.
Don't just stand there. Who are you?
Oh, Johnny Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
Oh, gee, I've heard of you, Johnny. You know something? You're even better looking than I thought you'd be. Won't you come in?
Yeah, thanks.
But why did they send you here? There's no question about my getting Monty's insurance, is there?
Well, it's just that the company always demands a routine investigation where such a large sum is involved.
No kidding. Sit down, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Can I pour you a drink?
No, thank you.
Oh, come on. Have one with me. It's been so glum around here since Monty died, and nobody here except a lot of crepe hangers. A little one?
Okay.
Okay. Gal can't just sit around and look grief-stricken.
Have you been grief-stricken, Mary?
You want the truth? No. What good was it doing Monty living that way, not able to tear around like he used to, putting on shows and having a big time? Here, Johnny, here's to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
Skull.
Oh, that's better. I really needed that. You got a lot of money, Johnny.
I? Well, no, not much.
No, I never had any either, but I will now. Plenty.
Then you know you're Lamont Schofield's heir.
Oh, you bet your life I do. I had to work for it long enough, feeding him and nursing him, taking care of him, and fending off a lot of old biddies from the old days who were trying to get their claws on him.
But you managed to get your claws on him.
Well, wouldn't you have done the same thing? See? Now it's paid off.
Took him a long time to die, though, didn't it?
Johnny, I've been on 24-hour duty here for 2 years, for 2 solid years, and I make no bones about it. There were times when I thought he was going to live forever. There were times when I wished I could help him out of this world.
So finally you did?
Johnny. Here, let me freshen your drink.
Mary, I think you killed Lamont Schofield.
Well, I'd like to see you prove.
I don't think I'll have to.
Oh? Why not? Isn't that why you came here?
No, I came to make sure you don't try to slip out when the autopsy report comes in.
Oh.
Does that scare you?
No, of course not.
Let's face it, Mary. When somebody shows an attitude like yours, it means you're completely innocent.
Sure.
Or guilty as the devil.
But at least it makes it very confusing for you. And for the police, doesn't it?
So you're having a ball.
Of course I am. Listen, Johnny, I don't blame you a bit for thinking I killed Monty. I wanted him dead. I wanted his money. Did what I had to do to get it, and I'm going to get it.
Yeah, did what you had to do. So if the autopsy shows he was given poison...
Don't worry, it won't.
Or that he was given an overdose of digitalis, or whatever it is he was getting...
No, that would be stupid, with nobody here but me.
Nobody but you?
There hadn't been a soul in this house except me for over a week. Since the last time Dr. Foote came to see us.
You're sure of that?
Well, of course I am.
Then if somebody did kill him, it would have to be you,
yes.
Nobody else.
Yes, sure.
Remember that, Mary.
Would you like me to put it down on paper for you and sign it?
Yeah. Would you?
Sure. I'll do anything, Johnny. If it'll confuse you.
All right. Then start writing.
Why not? Now, let's see. I, Mary T. Smith. Is that all right for a start? Oh, excuse me.
No. Keep writing. I'll take it.
All right. I, Mary T. Smith.
Hello? Oh, yes, Doctor. Yes. Oh, I see. Not even the possibility of too much of... I see. And you're sure?
Of course he's sure.
Okay, Doctor.
You disappointed, Johnny? Because they found no poison? No overdose of sedalinid?
I guess you know the answer, don't you?
Of course I do. The autopsy showed nothing. You can't build a case out of thin air. So here. Here's your little paper, all signed and sealed. Well, see, Johnny, I don't want it, and you said you did.
You're far too smug, Mary.
I have a right to be. You're barking up the wrong tree. You cannot build a case on nothing but thin air.
Yeah, I know.
So what do I do, Johnny? Just sit here and wait until your company pays me the money?
Can't build a case.
Until the estate is settled, or can I collect it?
Yeah, Mary. You stay right here. And thanks for saying that.
Huh? Johnny, what do you mean?
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Times have changed, and so has the man. In the year 1775, a patriotic, enterprising American by the name of David Bushnell invented a strange craft. It was constructed of two oak beams resembling two platters clapped together and propelled by a water screw attached to a hand-operated crank. Another water screw regulated the depth to which the craft could descend. This was the American Turtle, the first United States submarine. 179 years later, 1954, the United States came up with another first. This time, however, it was a 3,000-ton, $55 million vessel powered by an atomic reactor. It was the Nautilus, the world's first atom-powered submarine. And where the American Turtle was a one-man operation dependent on courage and brawn, the Nautilus is a complicated network of advanced electronics, the operation of which is dependent upon a team of highly trained, skilled Navy men who know their jobs and do them well. Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Noxious Needle Matter.
Expense account item 4370 for a phone call to my own doctor back in Hartford. A man very much interested in criminal medicine. I asked him about a couple of ideas I suddenly had for committing the so-called perfect crime. I got some enlightening answers. Then hung up and drove into the coroner's office.
I told you over the phone, Dollar, we found nothing to indicate...
Yes, excuse me, Dr. Foote. You're the toxicologist who did the autopsy, Dr. Stanley?
Yes, Mr. Dollar. And as Dr. Foote told
Listen, could Lamont Schofield possibly have died of an embolus in the brain, maybe?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Can you find out by further examination?
Well, of course.
Then go to it.
What is this, Dollar? Are you trying to play doctor now? I told you in the beginning I don't like your tactics, and I like
them. You were right, Mr. Dollar. An embolus in the brain. Now, what should have led you to suspect...
All right, now listen. I don't know where the equipment is that Mary Smith used to give the medication to Mr. Schofield.
I have it all here, Dollar. The remains of a bottle of Cedilanid that I prescribed, the hypodermic with which she administered, all in this kit.
Which needle did you use, Dr. Foote?
The small one, of course. He only received 2 cc's.
What are these others, this big one?
Simply part of the set. Only the smaller one ever had anything in it. We checked. The others never contained anything more substantial than air.
That's right. Air.
What? Mr. Dollar.
Yes, Dr. Stanley.
30, 40, 50 cc's of air, plain air, injected into a vein? Yes, of course it would cause an embolus.
And if you were to find traces, microscopic traces of the flesh of Lamont Schofield in that hypo that contained nothing but air...
Yes, of course. I'll go to work on it immediately.
If he does find traces of dermal tissue on that needle, I can't believe it. A case built on nothing but thin air.
Yeah. And the ironic part of it is, the tip-off came from Mary T. Smith. Yes, the microscope showed that needle had been used on J. Lamont Schofield recently. Pretty slim evidence, I know. But when Mary was faced with it, well, I'm still not quite sure why. Maybe we scared her. But she broke down and confessed the murder. Yes, she'd been wrong. Sometimes you can build a case on nothing but thin air. Expense account total, $61.20. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Bartlett Robinson, Marvin Miller, and Junius Matthews. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. This episode shows Johnny's strengths and weaknesses as an investigator. His weakness, of course, is unnecessarily antagonizing so many people with murder allegations without any evidence just to see if he can get a reaction. His biggest strength is his ability to draw inspiration from random statements to solve the case. I think I would call the murderess's confession implausible given how cocky she was. But the show avoids having to deal with that so much by following the old rule. If you can't make a scene plausible, just exposit it. But I don't know, maybe it wasn't so implausible. She did have a reaction when he got excited. And if she heard of him, I assume it was from the radio show, and she was aware how this worked. And she was like, what random thing did I just say that's going to lead to my undoing? And then just kind of worried about it and ended up putting herself in a state of mind where she might confess. As a criminal, you should say as little as possible to Johnny Dollar, because you don't know what little random thing is going to lead him to solve the case. I actually think this episode reminded me of a writing exercise like I might have gotten in a writing group, where you're told to do something specifically with your writing that's a little bit odd. Like if you were told, write a story where a detective builds a murder case out of thin air. If that's the case, John Stone would have done an impressive job, and all the writers would have been quite happy with the result in this story. I should note that this episode marks the end of a very significant streak of episodes with extant recordings. The next episode, the limping liability matter, is missing. That aired on August 31st, 1958. With the recent discoveries of the, and I say relatively recent, it's been a good 6 or 7 years now, I think, of the Fire in Paradise matter and the Froward Fisherman matter. The previous missing episode is, and I'm going to try to pronounce this harder since I have not even seen it, the Winnipesaukee Wonder matter, which aired on August 18th, 1957. So we had about a year without any lost episodes, which is the longest amount of time without a lost episode while the show was airing. Listener comments and feedback now, and we go over to YouTube where Ronser has a comment, and this is on our discussion of theme music at the end of the Wayward Killer matter. Ronser writes, you mentioned that David Rose wrote a theme song using a pseudonym. You mentioned he was a prolific songwriter for TV. I did not hear you say that he penned the themes for Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie. I did not. I was just kind of addressing the question, but you are certainly correct. I kind of stayed within the limits of the question, but you're right. Those were great theme tunes, probably the best known ones, although I also have to appreciate Highway to Heaven. That had such a gorgeous theme, and not only great for opening the show, but really accentuating some of the strong emotional moments that were such a big part of that series. And Rose was incredibly talented. Holiday for Strings might be best remembered for being Red Skelton's theme song, but it's a good, solid composition in its own right. You can hear quite a bit of David Rose in Old Time Radio. Of course, he did do the music for Red Skelton's radio program. And you can also hear him on many episodes of Guest Star. But for my money, one of the most underrated old-time radio music shows is actually a series called California Melodies, which featured the music of David Rose. And that was really the sole attraction of it. So that gave him a lot of creative freedom. And if you love Rose's themes or great instrumental music, that series is worth seeking out. California Melodies. But thank you so much. Appreciate the comment, Ronser, and definitely worth discussing. Now, it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day. Now, longtime listeners will know that for the first Friday in the month, we thank those who have been supporting the podcast for 5 years this month. But in this case, we don't actually have any Patreon supporters with an anniversary this month. But I do want to go ahead and thank Candace, who has been one of our Patreon supporters since October 2021, currently supporting the podcast at the Detective Sergeant level of $7.14 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, Candace. And that will do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And be sure to rate and review the podcast wherever you download it from. We'll be back next Friday with another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But join us back here tomorrow for the great adventurers of old-time radio and Cloak and Dagger, where...
Won't you sit down, Herr Keller? My husband should be here soon.
He isn't home, then?
No, he's late this evening. He's almost always here by dinner time. I don't know where he could... Oh, but wait, yes, I do, too.
It doesn't matter. I can wait.
No. I'm sure he stopped in to see a friend down the street. I'll try to find him.
But really, I hope you won't...
He'll be very eager to talk to you. He's quite interested in wine.
Oh? Is it?
Yes. He would not want to keep you waiting. You stay right here and make yourself comfortable. I'll get him.
Wouldn't it be easier to call your friend's house on the telephone?
The telephone? Oh, I wish I could, Herr Keller, but we had a heavy air raid in Osnabrück last night. The telephone is out of order.
It was a hasty exit she made. Almost too hasty. I sat there in that empty house for a minute or two where she'd said to make myself comfortable. But somehow I wasn't, very. So I got up and went over to the telephone.
What number do you wish, please?
I was under the impression, operator, that this line is out of order.
You're mistaken, sir. This line has not been out of order today.
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.